What if you recognize that failure and mistakes are part of the journey? They are normal. They are supposed to be there so that when they do happen, the interpretation is completely different. If a lot of people, I feel like, and I've lived this myself, and I'm starting to implement this philosophy, and that's why I'm making this video. What people tend to do sometimes is live with the sort of unconscious philosophy of I should never make mistakes and I should never fail at anything. So when we do fail, when we do make mistakes, we can beat ourselves up for it and we can feel bad and be like, oh fuck, and we can attribute meaning to it, that personal meaning. What does this say about me? Like fuck, I fucked up, that kind of thing. But that's not helpful. If we recognize failure, making mistakes, falling short, all these things are actually, they are integral to the journey. They are integral to the journey. So failure is not the antithesis of success. It's a part of success. It is a building block of success. So it's like it's like you have a Lego structure, right? Like success is represented as like this magnificent Lego structure. Well, all the little Legos are failure. So it's made of failure. That's how you produce it, is by putting failure after failure after failure after failure, learning more and more and more and more. So the most accomplished people in the world, it can be easy to fall under the impression that like, wow, these people just like touch stuff, I don't know, and it just turns into gold. And like everything is just perfect and they've never made mistakes. But that's not the reality. The reality is those people have failed way more than the average individual. They probably mitigated their relationship with failure such that they allowed themselves to fail a lot. Therefore, they succeeded a lot. Success must be correlated with our tolerance for failure, because let's say you were like a success robot, right? You're programmed for success from now on, right? You're just this fucking robot that's like, you don't have any of like the human challenges when it comes to success, like doubts and like feeling afraid of all this like failure and stuff like that. You're a robot programmed for success. What would you think logically? You'd be like, oh, well, success is easy. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to try and do it again and again and again and again and again. Yeah, there'll be failures, of course. But I'm going to succeed a lot. Because why? Because I'm just going to fucking do it. Like, success, I guess, is like probably like really fucking logical, actually. It's simple, right? It's just not easy because it can be challenging to the ego when we fail. When we make mistakes, it can feel bad. So the easier path is the one of least resistance, which is the one that doesn't result in as much success, right? And so the path of more resistance is the path that will probably lead to more success, I would say. And that's the one where you're gonna fail more, make more mistakes. So I would say what I'm gonna start doing is learning the lessons, right? Whenever I make a mistake or yeah, fail or whatever, I'll extract the lesson from now on. I'm gonna harvest the wisdom. Because what are mistakes for? If let's say there's like life that's like created everything, including mistakes, what would be the purpose of mistakes? Why would human beings, why would life, right? This loving thing, being, whatever, why would life create mistakes? Why would that be a part of life? Under the assumption that life, God, whatever, the universe loves us, right? As it can. Why would that thing create mistakes? Why would mistakes exist? Probably so that we learn, right? Because we learn as human beings, we learn a lot by pain. We learn a lot by pain. We remember that which is painful. That can be like, maybe you could say the benefit of pain is that it's a strong imprint we don't forget. When you put your hand on a stove, classic example, you put your hand on a stove as a child, burns your hand. You could say the burn is bad because it's painful, but is it really bad? Because now you've learned you're not going to touch that stove anymore. That was a quick, very efficient learning. So mistakes can be we can adopt the perspective of, okay, these are learning moments. They don't feel good, obviously, but they're learning moments. So let me make the most of these learning moments. Let me document them. Let me write down what mistakes I've made and extract the lesson. So I did this. Okay, I fell short here. I made this mistake. What's the lesson here? Okay, well, next time I won't do that. I'll do it like this. I'll do it like that. You're going to turn yourself into a success robot, right? You're going to reprogram your mind. You're going to learn from your mistakes. That must be, I don't think that we do that by default, learning by mistakes. We probably absorb a little bit, but I think we can probably enhance our learning drastically by being deliberate about it and by being like, okay, what mistakes did I make? Okay, I made this mistake today. What's the lesson? This is the lesson. And on top of it, you feel less bad. Like I did it a few minutes, I did it earlier before I recorded this video. I wrote down one of the mistakes I just made. And it feels better, actually. I feel better after having written it down. It's not that I don't feel any bad, any discomfort from having it, but I feel better because I feel like, well, I'm less likely to repeat that mistake now because I've written it down at least, right? And I've got a record now. So I can understand, what have I done? What were the mistakes? Cool. What will I do next time? So yeah, I just wanted to make this video to say, let's reinterpret our mistakes, our failures, and let's learn from them. Let's extract all the juice that there is in them. Because there is juice. There's also poison or whatever, something that's like uncomfortable, but there's juice inside. There's juice. So let's take the juice out. Let's extract it. Let's learn from our mistakes. Make a document as well if you want. If that resonates, then make a document, and you can make a document for every area of your life, right? So you can make one for your job, for your finances, for your whatever, everything that is important to you. You can create a document, and you can say, this is me learning in this area of my life. Okay, and then whenever you make a mistake, you can write it down there, and write a mistake, right? And write it down there, and then extract the lesson. And you can review them, I guess, sometimes, you know? But I would say, just first of all, having that there is going to be helpful to you, and writing it down, you're already thinking about it. Because often in my life, I would say I could have learned a lot more if I was in the past, if I had been more deliberate about learning from my mistakes, which is a mistake I'm learning from now. So I should write it down. So yeah, let's reinterpret our mistakes, and let's acknowledge that we're all making mistakes, right? Everyone, even the person that people we idolize as like, wow, this person's like fucking amazing, has accomplished so much, like celebrities or whatever, people who have gone down in history, they're making mistakes every day still. So let's acknowledge that you make mistakes, I make mistakes, everyone makes mistakes, and that's okay. And let's just learn from our mistakes and extract the wisdom. Let's harvest the wisdom. And that's it.